What's going on, guys? I'm back again with another Ultrakill video, but this time it's a tier list. But you're probably thinking, Corin, why in the hell are you even doing a tier list anyway? Well, I just got off of work and I thought it would be the funniest thing to do is to make an Ultrakill tier list on the enemies that that would definitely say the N word for sure. So here we are at at 10:03 at night. Let us get into this. Now for content purposes only, of course. This is just going to be based on my opinion, and if you don't like it, then oh well. Give a big shout out to Ian Figglebottom for making the Ultrakill enemy tier list plus custom enemies. I won't be doing the custom enemies because that's just a lot. So I'm gonna just do from up until fraud, which luckily they do have. So let's start for sure. All right, first we got the filth. Now, filth is the lowered lesser demon. So, and I feel like it would just depend on who he was as a person and for sure. So I'm gonna say filth just doesn't say it at all. Stalker, kind of the same thing. I feel like if you got into an argument with the stalker, it wouldn't say the N word at all, but I'm thinking it would just be like very other opinionative words instead of the N word. So I'm gonna say doesn't say it at all. Malicious face, aka Maurice. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Maurice, that's kind of a common black name. Now, look, I can say 50-50 or he's black for sure. But just because it makes sense, he's black for sure. He's definitely one of the quiet ones for sure, but just know if he wanted to, oh, he definitely could. Swords machine is a robot, and it just kind of depends. Plus his death animation is no his anger animations is his anger noises is kind of questionable at best. I mean, like, if you just think of the noises as different words, then I'm gonna say 50-50. Something wicked is that very odd, strange looking entity that only appears in Zero Dash's one. No, not Zero Dash one. Prelude's secret level. So, and I mean, like, he is a dark figure, but I wouldn't say he's black for sure. But I'm gonna say he doesn't say it at all, because now look, you can say elsewise, but me personally, I don't think something wicked would say that kind of word. Schism. I feel like Schism is kind of in that 50-50, but it might come out every once in a while. But I'm gonna say he doesn't say it at all, because I mean, like, let's be real, he doesn't even have a mouth. Now look, also too, same goes for Cerberus, because he doesn't have a mouth, so not gonna say it at all. Now here we go with kind of the robots and also the other enemies within this tier list. Their sounds and like cues and chirps as I said, like if you interpret it that way, this is just my standing opinion. But if you interpret it that way, you you could say elsewise, oh well, maybe something wicked should go up here because he's black for sure. No, like no, like what I mean by he's black for sure is just like you just get that vibe from him, right? Like you just get that vibe saying like, oh yeah, I feel like he would say that word for sure. So let's move on. The drone, its chirps and noises kind of depends really, but I'm gonna say 50-50. Street cleaner, uh street cleaner is kind of weird because he's another kind of robot. And like as I said, like if you interpret it that way, then you interpret it that way. I'm gonna say doesn't say it at all. Now, can cancerous rodent. I'm not sure about cancerous rodent. Like I I'm just going off of firsthand instinctively just picking. I feel like cancerous rodent and very cancerous rodent go in the same tier list wise because one like I mean like it's just I mean like it's just a very cancerous rodent, so I'm gonna just put them in doesn't say it at all. Hideous mass. Hideous mass is kind of strange, but like a big bulky and character. Um, I f- I feel like he's a nice guy, but me personally, he might say it on accident. Why? Because um you know how when you have a conversation with your friends and then like one of them just says something really out of pocket, like out of the conversation that you were just having with someone else. Yeah, like it's kind of like that, like where it kind of takes you by surprise, or hell, like you just didn't expect it. So he is the first to go with says it by accident. The red and blue swords, um the red and blue swords machines from Limbo. um I'm also going to put them in the same category, but I feel like one of them has a different personality than the other, of course being a Devil May Cry reference, as going for the other two coming up pretty soon. For the swords machine, I feel like one of them would be worse than the other. So me personally, in my experience with Devil May Cry, though the red one always seems to be um the the antagonizer mainly. So I'm gonna say he just says it just to say it because like I don't know, like the red one just seems like pure rage bait to me because like he's the one that always like catches you off guard, while the blue one just just like throws stuff at you from afar. So for the blue one, I'm gonna say 50-50 because like he is probably like him, but the red one just seems worse in my opinion. All right, we got V2 from Limbo. Um, actually, yeah, I I don't even need to say anything. This the soldier, as I said, depending on what it was and on who this person was as a demon, I'm gonna say 50-50 because you never know. Mind Flare. Now, Mind Flare is the first woman, I guess, the first woman enemy, or should I say, the first feminine enemy that you meet. Um, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like she's like in between from says it by accident because like she could be like a really over the top woman or one of those bad Latinas that just say it just to say it. So I'm gonna probably go with 50-50. I'm gonna go with 50-50. The Corpse of King Minos. Corpse King, eh, since it is Minos himself, I feel like, but I feel like, but those two would be on a separate language. What, a separate language? Okay, a separate like tier wise. So I'm gonna put Corpse King doesn't say it at all because he did get infected by these little guys, and um, I mean like hell, like they took over the corpse of Minos Prime, so I feel like they would just to say it because they're just assholes and take over big ass corpses. So yeah, I'm gonna just say it just to say it. Gabriel, oh boy, Gabriel. Now look, he's not black for sure. Okay, he's not black. Now look, he's also a holy man, so it kind of counteracts with it. So I'm gonna say doesn't say it at all because that makes sense. But we'll get to the other one later. Flesh Prison doesn't say it at all because it doesn't talk. The eye in the glut. Wait, wait a minute. Are these the eyes from the freaking? Oh my god, these are the eyes from the freaking Flesh Prison. So yeah, Flesh Prison and the eyes that they shoot at doesn't say it at all. Um, White Face Maurice. We're just gonna put him next to normal Maurice. Minos Prime. Minos Prime is a interesting one because there is a mod that replaces his speech with the low tier god speech. So with that being in said, but him himself, I feel like he's way too elegantly spoken, and his vocabulary is a lot larger than that. So I'm gonna say he doesn't say it at all, making him the purest of the pure. Well, I mean, if we were doing that, we would put Gabriel right here. Uh, oh, but yeah, Minos Prime, I feel like he wouldn't say it at all because Minos Prime was liked and Minos Prime was really loved, so I feel like he just wouldn't say that kind of stuff. The Virtue, since it's an angel, I don't think it would say much. Um, Even when it's enraged, I don't think it would use that vul vulgarity. We got the stray neck. Wait a minute. Oh my god, what is this enemy called? Oh, it's called the Stalker. Okay, okay. The Stalker. I feel like. I mean, like to be honest with you, it's kind of funny because like now look, hear me out, hear me out. They're literally just like an annoying just parasite. Not saying that like in a very bad way. Not saying it like that. I'm just saying, just like honestly, I don't even think he's really black. I just think he says it just to say it because like of the way that he is and on his mechanic by basically taking the ability for you to heal off of that enemy is just a one giant middle finger to you. So I feel like he would just say it just to say it. All right, who do we got? The insurrectionist. Let's see. The insurrectionist is kind of in the 50-50 category. Not black for sure, but I just say he's in the 50-50 because like he was a follower of Sisyphus, which we'll get to in a while. The secret boss of Greed, Druid, and Owl. Now, since these guys are content creators and also very funny people, I just feel like that they wouldn't say it, but oh, might say it by accident. Now, like you can be very controversial. This is just my opinion. It just, I just feel like it would come out every once in a while, but like not, not like a full like 50-50. I just feel like it would just happen once and it'll be like, oh shit, my bad, yo. All right. V2 squared. Now this time he's pissed because we took his arm from him and then he didn't even use the new arm that he used, which was the whiplash for some reason, which he needs to utilize more because he just feels underwhelming with that. I feel like kind of the same way with V2 one as well, but like he would just say it just to say it because on how salty he is because we took his arm. Sentry, I'm gonna leave it there. The idol is another holy object and it can't really speak, so I'm just gonna say it doesn't say it. Let's see. The ferryman. I despise the ferryman so much. Probably one of my least favorite bosses in the game, next to a few others. I'm gonna put the ferryman on doesn't say it at all because like he doesn't really speak in the game, of course. So we're just gonna move on from that. Leviathan. Leviathan's a fucking fish, so he's not gonna say it. All right. We got the insurrectionist twins from Heresy, and I feel like it's kind of in the same way with the red and blue source with with the red and blue, but I feel like that these two just wouldn't say it as much or just like at all. Gabriel hypothesis of hate. Oh boy. Now this time he's pissed. And I don't think there's anything that's gonna stop him from saying anything. So I feel like he would just say it just to say it. Flesh Panopticon, kind of the same thing with Flesh Prism and with the orbs with the eyes, kind of in the same boat. Sisyphus Prime, I'm not even gonna go there. Let's see. Um, the mannequin. I feel like they wouldn't say it at all. The bull. Mm, hmm. The bull. I mean, like it's a bull, So like you really can't say much because you know it's just another creature and it doesn't really talk. So I'm gonna say doesn't say it at all. Now this guy, Big Johninator, it is just Arnold Schwarzenegger, but Arnold Schwarzenegger in real life probably wouldn't even say it. So just off going with that, he's not gonna say it. Gutterman, Gutterman, I got it right this time. Gutterman, I feel like would say it on accident, especially when you shield break them the first time. Because like I just feel like whenever you shield break them, they're just like, "Oh shit, you freaking!" And matter of fact, that is when they go. That's when they go ham. Gutter Tank, it's kind of in the same boat with Gutter Men, but I'm gonna say 50-50. To be honest with you, the reason why I put Gutter Tank in 50-50 is whenever you dodge his punch or or make him slip to hit a parry, I just feel I always think of the one with I think it's a Celebrity Caleb where he slips down the stairs. That's exactly what I think of every time whenever I see it happen. All right. We got Blood Puppets. Wouldn't say it. The Scary Drones in 7S secret level. Doesn't say because it's like a ghost. Is that the Earth Mover? Yeah. That's the Earth Mover. Okay. Earth Mover. 50-50 for the Earth Mover. I'm going to leave it at that. This is the this is the security system where the security system doesn't really do much talking besides, defending the Earth Mover, of course. But after that, the security system, with along with most of the machines, I guess, doesn't say it. Well, like some can say that, others do and don't. But so far, this is what I'm thinking on what they would do, and on if they just say it, or just not at all. But we're almost done with the tier list. We got 7 more enemies left. All right, now we're going into the fraud enemies, which is almost there. Providence. It's literally an angel. It's not gonna say all that. Heartbreaker. No, not Heartbreaker. Deathcatcher. Deathcatcher is like the eye idol, but I just feel like they wouldn't say it at all. So we're just gonna put that right there. Mirror Reaper. Mirror Reaper doesn't even have a mouth, let alone it just scares the living shit out of you. So, and if it did, I feel like it would just, I don't know. I feel like it would do it in a different way. So, I'm going to just be unsure and say 50-50. Powers. Powers is almost like Gabriel to a point, but I feel like Powers is a bit more tempered and more hot-headed than Gabriel. But I mean, like, this kind of obviously says it. But like, I feel like Powers is a bit more hot-headed than what normal Gabriel is. Like on how normal Gabriel is cool, calm. When he gets angry, yeah, he gets angry, but but like he keeps pushing forward. Powers, on the other hand, gets angry after a single parry. So, and then like just for them to get angry within that first hit really says a lot. But I'm sure that they wouldn't mean it. But I feel like on that first initial like burst of anger, proven in the game because she calls us a piece of crap, of course, and also a son of a gun like that too. I just feel like they would say it on accident. The red and blue ferryman, which I recently just fought and is a pain in my ass because I don't like ferrymen. So I'm just gonna put them in doesn't say it at all. They're literally the same ones. And for our final enemy besides all these custom ones, because I have no idea what most of these guys are, besides don't ask. Anyway, we got Grayson, Watcher of the Skies or some shit like that, I think. Grayson, it's literally a demon dragon, so I don't think it would say anything, so I'm gonna just go with doesn't say it at all. And that is the official on what Ultrakill enemy is most likely to say the N-word. This was a brilliant idea done by yours truly. And yeah, this is going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. And if you guys have any opinions, which I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have, please be writing in the comments on what you think about this. So yeah, I will see you guys in a actual real video later.